It is finally here. I don't think there's any secrets as to what's inside this box, so let's run the recap and get this box open. So far in this mini series of building my dream widebody E46, I modified and installed my rear Pandem style widebody kit. Then I had to cut out the rear stock arches to achieve the correct fitment to fit the rear wide arches. This is scary. Because I cut the stock body, I had two skins in the rear arch. This means I had to get my fabricator Steve to weld the two skins back together, whilst trying not to set my car on fire. But before I could drive to Steve's unit, I had to secure my M3 GTR bonnet with aero catches. Finally, I installed genuine M3 side skirts to sort a gap issue I had at the bottom of the kit. That's what we've been up to so far, so let's get the rest of this kit unboxed and installed. I've been waiting for this box for about 4 weeks now, and I've just got back from work. It is here. I'm so excited to see the front half of this kit. Right, so unlike the back, there was 3 pieces to the back, there should be 4 pieces to the front. So we should have 2, I'm guessing there's 2 in here, front pieces for down here. Don't know if you can see that because the box down here, and 2 front fender, front wing pieces. Now this is from the same place I got this bumper from, as well as the rear half of the kit and obviously the ducktail wing. So the quality is decent, the packing is decent. It does take about a month to get here because it comes from Poland. However, I think it's dark side developments, I don't know. Links in the description to the kit that I got. There'll be a couple of links because obviously I bought them separately, but you can buy it as a full kit as well. No, this isn't sponsored, I wish. Catch. So this is the passenger side, and just like the rear is black, so it's going to look not too bad when it's on, but we do need to get this car wrapped ASAP. So I'll get that one out and we'll test fit it. Literally couldn't write this. I've just got back from work and it's been alright for the last few hours. I've got everything out, I've positioned the car ready. You can probably hear it, it's moist to say the least. So hopefully this blows over. If it does, I'll crack on with this today. If not, you guys obviously catch me tomorrow where it is due to be a bit nicer, but I do see a bit of blue in the distance, so we'll see. Fingers crossed it passes. I just want to get the kit mounted today. Ideally I want to get the whole thing done, but we'll see. Whilst I'm waiting for the rain to die down, I just want to mention that a massive 92% of people watching have not subscribed to the channel. So if you haven't already, please go down and subscribe to the channel. It massively helps me out, helps me bring bigger and better builds to you guys, and helps me grow as a channel. So if you haven't yet done so, please go down and press the subscribe button. Try that one again. The aim for right now is to get this piece mounted on here, and it's a bit more awkward than on the previous, on the back, because this piece we have 2 pieces that need to mount up to match up with 2 different body panels, and the other one was just 1 piece to 2 body panels. So I think the plan of action is to get this mounted first, and then we can line the little piece for the bumper after. So let's crack on with that. There are several body lines that I need to match up when placing this kit, so it may look fairly easy, but it's definitely a job that requires precision. To try and explain to you guys what I'm trying to do right now, basically, we've obviously got the vent, and that needs to match around the vent. We've also got this body line that needs to match up, so we need to go a bit higher. Then we need to match this trim piece, this body line, and also get the front bumper piece to match up here and on this front top of the fender. So we've got a little bit of play, a little bit of movement, but it is fiberglass, it is quite rigid. I do feel like the rear, we've got an inside lip on here, which doesn't match up properly. I don't want to get rid of as much of this as I did on the rear, so I think I'm going to cut a relief in the corner and see if it's got any play to move out, but if I need to cut some off, I will cut some off. So that's the plan of action. Also, I'm not using masking tape, main reason being I've already refurbed or reconditioned this panel. Obviously it's not perfect, it's just been primered, so I can always re-primer it. I'm not too fussed about it getting scratched, and I should be able to draw on this to cut it out and still be able to see it. So unlike the black panel, I wasn't able to do that, plus I was a bit more cautious about scratching the factory paint. This is much less of an issue. I think I'm going to go straight ahead and put some self-tappers in to hold the top in place, and then we'll line up the sides. Once again, I line up the kit as best as I can so I can hold it and screw in some self-tappers. I start with a mounting point above the vent as it is in the corner and still allowed me to pivot the wide arch to line up the rest of the kit. Which is a good job, as I guess it's a little too late at that point anyway. I then continued to line up the kit and mount it with the screws until I had it attached at every mounting point. She said, "Hey you, isn't it funny?" This section at the bottom needed a little pushing in, and I ended up securing it under the side skirt. Must be lucky, I reply, you can take me high. When test fitting the bumper section, it also needed some modification to fit flush. All this means is getting out the angle grinder and trimming a little bit off. With this bit now trimmed, I was able to line it up properly and get it screwed into the bumper. Baby, you can take me. It's a small world in a big town. What are the odds I get to talk to you right now? There it is, the kit is done. I say done, obviously I need to put the riv nuts in and drill them out properly. Also, this goes in here, this is that way. The indicator, so there is a slot for that I need to cut out, so that needs to go in, which was a little bit of an indicator actually for me to line it up. Originally this was pushed down here and that never would have gone in, so I managed to go back straight to these vents, decent gap around there, lines up here, that lines up. Obviously we're hidden all down here, which was, what was that? Nope. We're hidden all down here, which is a good thing. I'm probably going to have to bolt these two together just to keep them from having that little lip. But the inside of all that is pretty much good, pretty much covered. Just need to cut that out. That's done. I did notice once I'd hard mounted the kit that there was a section of the side skirt protruding from the bottom. This was made more obvious as the side skirt is blue, however I have a temporary solution to hide it that I'll show you guys later in this video. Annoyingly, I can't cut it out as that is the sill and it forms part of the structure of the car. I have an idea of how to hide it in the future, but we'll have to get to that in a later video. So what's next? We've got to properly mount the kit with the riv nuts, but before that we're going to cut out the arch, so I'm going to draw around here, figure out where we need to cut the arch out and get out the angle grinder. Then we'll mount the riv nuts, put the proper hardware in. This side is done, it's then on with the passenger side. So let's get to do that. But before any of that, like I did with the last video, I'm going to compare this completed side to that side that hasn't had anything done yet. So let's have a look at what this kit looks like. Now that's the front on from the front angle, and just just seeing that rear stick out, that's just insane. Comparing that again round to here, full view to the full view. That is just so sick. The dream is coming together. Like I said, I wanted to do this build for the longest time, and I'm making my dream a reality. It is coming together. We're almost there. I need to get the other side on. I need to get this car wrapped. I need to get wheels, and she is very near complete. So let's crack on and get this side finished, that side mounted, and see what it looks like finished. And that's exactly what I did. Out come the Sharpie, and just like on the rear, I used the wide arch as a guide of where to cut. One thing I haven't shown is my camera died. When mounting the kit, I secured it under the side skirt with screws. This is why I got the jack out to take the kit off. And just as we did on the back, we're going to cut around here, and we don't actually need to get this welded. As I said, this is a single skin. The back was double skin. However, I don't actually need to remove the wheel arch liner, because it's not the stock, well, it's the stock wheel arch liner for the car, but it's not an M3 wheel arch liner, so it sits a few inches back anyway, so I've got room to cut this, and that's not going to be an issue. Down here, I'll just be a bit mindful, but we're good to go. I'm not going to cut into the bumper, going to cut just along this line, and just in here, so we don't actually affect the structure of this wing. Let's give it a go. Once again, it's time to get the angle grinder out. It was much less daunting this time round, as I could easily replace this panel if it all went wrong, but also as I'd already done it on the rear.
Picture perfect lives, imaginary worlds, heavy cloud of minds. I think I'll pass on that. When did this get so important?
Just like that, she's cut. Now I do need to obviously seal it like I have before with the same actually paint that I've used for that. I'm going to do the inside of this and probably spray the front bit of this so it hides it a little bit more until I find a permanent solution. Now I am going to say this isn't the final rendition. What I am going to do is order a sanding disc, because I need to clean this up a little bit. There's some sharp edges, and if I order a sanding disc, that will get rid of all the sharp edges. So I will respray it after I've done the sanding disc. However, because it might rain tonight, and between now and getting a sanding disc, I will spray it just to be safe, prevent any dust. Rust, not dust. Before painting, I clean the surface. This gives me a much better chance for the primer sticking to the surface and protecting the panel. Now that the panel is painted, I can drill out the mounting holes to 10mm for my riv nuts.
Space is within us all. With my supersonic watch, adventures ahead. The supersonic watch spinning in my head.
Then I use my new ratchet style riv nut installer to squeeze the riv nuts in place.
That's what they said. A supersonic watch, really? Just watch.
The only thing left now is to drill the holes out on the kit to 6mm. This gives me the clearance I need for the M6 bolts.
Just watch, just watch, just watch. It's only for tonight, and it'll be a guide.
Now let's fit the kit. And on goes the kit for the final time in this video to hard mount it properly.
Twilight, a new surprise as we spin in the night into the light. No time, just an ocean of lights. Hold on to me tight.
So now the full kit is mounted. I'm going to get the Dremel and cut this hole out to try and make room for the indicator. Then it is done. So I put a self tapper in there, tech screw in there to hold these two together, so they're solid, and that gap, that fitment is perfect. These are all in. I'm happy. I'm well happy with this kit. I can't actually. It's turned out so much better. Oh, something in my eye. It's turned out so much better than the rear, and I'm well happy with the rear. Only thing is this, but that's covered at the minute because I sprayed it black. You don't notice it as much. That's my only problem area. Other than that, let's get this out.
Hold on to me tight with my supersonic watch. Adventures ahead, the supersonic watch.
Cutting out the hole for the side indicator was probably the most annoying part of this install so far. I cut and tested the light several times before conceding to the fading daylight. Hopefully I can sort this out tomorrow when I have more time to visit this, as it's not the polished look I'm going for and it makes the whole kit look 100 times more cheap.
Just watch, just watch, just watch. Supersonic watch. It's only for tonight, and it'll be a guide, and I will be.
Not forgetting a quick sweep up to get rid of any metal shavings to stop them from going in my tyre. Now, the only other thing I'm cautious about is the same with what we had on that side, dropping the suspension down because it is obviously higher. We've had to cut the arch out, which means that it's higher. So if we drop the suspension down, well, we're going to have to drop the suspension down, it's just how high we're sitting. Not too bad, but not great. So we are sitting a little bit higher than stock and also a little bit higher than what we were when we put the M3 wings on. So that'll be sorted out in a future video, probably when I get the wheels. I don't know if I'll bother with the fitment until I've got the wheels and just do a one and done. You saw me cut out around the indicator. That's not ideal either. I thought the indicator was going to sit in the kit, but it won't, because the way the kit's designed, it basically sits elevated. I can't sink it into the kit without doing what I've done, so I'm gonna have to pretty it up and look as best as I can, and hopefully that passes an MOT, but we'll see. For now, you can see the light is fading, so that is the kit done so far today, and I'll come back tomorrow. You guys will see me in a second, where I'll do the passenger side and get the full kit finished. Time for round two, and no, these wheels are not for the Beamer. I ran out of daylight yesterday and the driver's side is completely finished, so it's time to get the passenger side mounted. Now, you guys have watched me do this once, so let's speed run this. As I did with the driver's side, I cut out a relief in the kit, mounted the wide arch with self-tappers, drew my cut line marker, cut out the arch, drilled out the holes, installed the riv nuts, and mounted the kit. So there we have the full kit mounted. I need to take this side back off because I forgot to spray the underside with primer, so that's going to be subject to rust. So I need to make sure I spray that, and if I'm honest, I'm well impressed with this kit. I think that for a cheap eBay kit, it fits really well, especially the front. The front fits so much easier and so much better than the rear. I thought it'd be a bit more complicated because there's multiple pieces and multiple panels, but it's actually so much better than the rear. I don't know if it was a better mold, but I'm happy either way. So I need to cut out the indicator for this side. I am going to try and flush mount them in the kit somehow. I think I'm going to probably have to make the hole a bit bigger and glue it in, bit of Tiger Seal. Other than that, I'm going to take this kit back off and spray it underneath, get it down, and I'll show you guys the full car. I was not going to let this indicator beat me, and after many minor test fits and many minor adjustments, I managed to get the indicator mounted to the kit like it was meant to be there. I even got the most satisfying sound. A quick test to make sure the light was working, and a good job well done. I think that fits pretty well. Now we need to do that on the driver's side. So what I'm going to do is move the car onto the drive so you guys can see it. I've not seen it with a full effect on the front yet, so you guys again will get to see this first, and hopefully it won't be as disappointing as last time, because last time we couldn't really see it, but now the front's done, it should look sick coming down this drive. Now tell me that does not look amazing. That thing is so wide. That is so cool. Oh. With a bonnet as well, that just absolutely finishes it. Get that rear arch in there. That is so sick. This is the dream absolutely coming to fruition. I can't believe it. That thing is, the front of the kit fits so nicely and was easy to fit. The lines are quite good. There's a couple of gaps here and there, which again will fill out when I get some rubber trim to go around it, but that thing's insane. The mirrors, the bonnet, the kit is just I've made the right choice. On camera it looks stupid. Oh, best car, best project, best starter project for YouTube for sure. I hope you guys are enjoying this content as much as me, because I am loving making this build. Right, time to make the, I'll show you quick. So here is what it kind of looks like. Well, I was hoping I didn't have to leave it like on the driver's side. Obviously I've cut this out, but the blinker's in there and it just looks absolute gash. So round the other side, fits in OEM Plus completely. So now we need to obviously see me do that. I'm just going to quickly do it on the driver's side, whack that in, and hopefully get it fitting just as nice as the passenger side. And then she is done. I genuinely can't believe this. I need to get Jay out and show her this car. This is way better than I ever imagined. Come and see my car. It's so cool. You just come, no, don't look at it. Just come here. And I'll look at it.
She's wide.
It's so wide. It's so cool.
That's what I say.
It's so good. This kit is so much better than the rear. I mean, the rear was decent, but I barely had to make any modification to this. It's so fat.
It is fat.
So there it is, the full Pandem style E46 wide body kit is installed, both front and rear. And although there are several things I do need to do, some of which including the wheel arch liners and the rubber trim, I think we are at a very good stage right now. I can't believe the transformation this car has come, and I can't believe actually the quality of this kit. It is from the same company I got the front bumper from. I will link them down below in the description. I got it off eBay, it come from Poland, but the links to the bumper will be below and the links to the full wide body kit will also be below. Now we are in desperate need of a wrap and a colour change, so I'm not going to stick with black. I am definitely going to wrap this car, and it is going a different colour. I've got a couple of choices in mind, however I want to know what you guys think this car should be. So let me know down below in the comments what colour I should go for and what colour wheels to complement that colour. Speaking of wheels, that is something else we desperately need, because both front and rear wheels are completely hidden inside these wheel arches. So that is on the horizon, stay tuned for that. If you made it this far and you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave that comment. Let me know what colour you think I should go for. That's all for this video, so I'll catch you guys in the next one.
You got me so